So last night, guess where I had the weirdest dream that I was? Like you'd never believe it even if I gave you a million chances. I dreamt I was floating in the middle of the Grand Canyon playing a guitar, no less. A Stratocaster in one hand and a camera in the other, just strumming away and snapping shots of eagles whizzing past. Can't get more bohemian than this, I guess. Crazy, right? Or maybe I've just been playing too much guitar and my brain needs a holiday. Honestly, though, I wouldn't mind a holiday right now. Speaking of which, I had quite the mini holiday today. You remember me talking about wanting to see more of the wildlife hereabouts? Well, I finally ticked something off that list. I took a little trip to the Jamaica Bay Wildlife Refuge, and let me tell you, it was like walking straight into a painting. Nature in all its glory, fair took my breath away. It was an escape from reality, a little haven, right in the middle of the chaos. I mean, who knew such a serene oasis could be tucked away just on the outskirts of our bustling city? Just being able to take in all that beauty, it was intangible, you know? I even saw this pair of nesting ospreys, imagine that? And those beautiful marshlands shimmering in the sunlight. What an absolutely exhilarating sight. It kind of made me feel at peace, you know? Gave me a moment to pause, breathe, and just be. To absorb the kind of tranquility that only nature can provide. It's a reminder of what's important, what's real. The city sometimes tends to make us forget that. You know, I'm really glad I took this trip today, cleared my head and refueled my motivation tank, if you get what I mean. Actually, I'm pretty sure you would have loved it too. Maybe next time you could join, we could make a day out of it. You see, being out in the wilderness today, it not only rejuvenated me, but also got me thinking about our circles, like Lucas wanting to go for a wildlife trip, or Emily with her sketching and us with our music. It's all about tapping into that primal, untamed part of our beings, isn't it? It's like stripping away all the facades and just baring our souls. Makes everything else seem so superficial by comparison, you know? Speaking of souls, this new song by Tame Impala literally had mine floating away. Kinda reminiscent of my dream, don't you think? So it's safe to say my day's been quite eventful in its own subliminal way. Guess it's now time to actually get back to work. Yeah, still have a couple of things to wrap up before I can call it a day. You know the drill. Anyway, do listen to that song when you get the time and tell me what you think, okay? And it's a date at the Jamaica Bay Wildlife Refuge next time, all right? Can't wait to tell you about today's fiery brainstorming session at Click AI. I felt like we were in the heart of a creative tornado. Ideas just swirling around all of us. Don't you just love it when you can literally feel the buzz of innovation in the room? Honestly, it was an adrenaline rush, like no other. There we were, a group of techies battling our wits to birth an idea that could potentially change the future of photography. The energy was simply infectious. It felt like belonging to some secret society of extraordinary minds. Honestly, I wouldn't trade the feeling for anything. Oh, but Emma, she was on fire today. This girl came up with an absolute gem of an idea for the new marketing campaign. It was incredibly imaginative and so out of the box. I feel like her idea is really going to set the stage for a pioneering shift in our company's marketing strategies. I can't wait to see how it pans out. And not to forget Michael, bless his heart. He was there cracking jokes at every opportunity. He even suggested we build a robot that could handle the brainstorming session next time, while we just kick back and chill with popcorn, movie style. I think he might have accidentally stumbled onto the future of AI driving ideation sessions. Who knew, right? Speaking of sessions, I sort of became the impromptu DJ at our lunch break today. We were all just chilling, letting our brains recalibrate, and I just happened to have my laptop handy with all the good tracks, of course. You know me, always ready to set the mood right with some good old beats. Wait, I didn't even tell you the best part. The team loved it. They said my choice of music was a perfect blend of rhythm and motivation. Just what the doctor prescribed for a drained creative brain. So now I guess, along with being a brand manager, I am also the official DJ of Click AI. Can things get any cooler? So you see, it was quite a day for us at the office. Creativity sparks flying around, laughter ringing through the halls. It was just one of those extra good days that reminds me of why I love what I do. And on the chat group, remember the photography trail I mentioned? All the responses were as thrilling as the idea itself. We all agreed to share pictures of our weekend adventures. Lucas was super excited, calling for a photo competition of sorts. We'll just have to see whose photo skills are truly on point this weekend. Okay, I think I've rattled on enough. Can't believe how insanely electric my day's been. As much as I love chatting and sharing my day with you, I gotta dash. Got to unwind from all the excitement before another adventure-filled day at the office tomorrow. So, who would have ever thought that I, Olivia Morse, philosopher turned brand manager, would find myself scouring the pages of The Art of War? Yes, that's right, my friend. I spent my Saturday digging into the depths of Sun Tzu's strategic mastermind, or at least trying to. It's quite a change from my usual weekend reads, but honestly, it was a refreshing break. Now, that doesn't mean I've turned my back on our beloved classics. Picture this, though. Sun Tzu's treatise in one hand, a cozy blanket, a hot mug of coffee on standby, nestled comfortably in my living room. That's the kind of peace a weekend should bring, don't you think? The book itself was, without a doubt, engrossing and enlightening in equal measure. It was all about strategic thinking and leadership principles, topics that would make you sit up straight and think hard. What an insightful read, right? Got me thinking in all sorts of directions, connected a few dots I didn't know existed. You know, now that I think about it, it's actually a bit amusing to relate the strategic warfare principles of an ancient general to our modern work dynamics. Speaking of strategy and leadership principles, I happened to share this with our group chat today. You should have seen Emily. She instantly added it to her reading list. We'll see how long that lasts. And Carlos, bless his heart, he thought I'd gone all serious on them. Lucas even proposed starting a book club. A book club, can you imagine? Lucas, surely he jests. Oh, and remember when Lucas shared this random thought about whether fish get thirsty? Never a dull moment with that one. Sometimes I swear he should have a separate chat section just for his shower thoughts. But wait, the chat then took quite a twist when we recalled our old indoor rock climbing experience. Yep, that horrifying yet thrilling memory, and we now seem to have added it to our weekend bucket list. I'm a bit shaky about that, quite literally so, but I wouldn't want to miss it for the world. Funny thing, Emily thinks I'll look like Lara Croft. Anyway, enough of my strategically filled chat and cliffhanger adventures. How was your day? Managed to squeeze in some of your beautiful sketches into the day, I hope? You know, your sketches have a certain calm to them. They make me feel all peaceful and stuff. Remember that new Tame Impala song I told you about? I can't help but keep it on loop. Oh, and before you are wondering, yes, I'm headed for a run tomorrow morning. Just a heads up there, since you've been harboring ideas of setting me free from my running shoes.